Hey, great Wednesday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, Texas, and I'm back. and I say I'm back because I was out of the loop yesterday, and out of the loop this morning. And more than anything, what happened is I drove off to Monterrey, and last night I was having an issue with internet, getting good internet in Mexico. So I decided to not have to do a repeat on a show last night. And then this morning, I tried to rush to the studio from Monterrey, and unfortunately for me, I did not make it in time. So I knew that I wasn't going to make it, so I did another repeat. I got a couple of messages from individuals saying, "Erasmo, what's wrong? Are you okay?" And we're like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Just a little bit of internet issues." But we're back. And tonight is a very, very special night because we got Captain Bob on tonight. How you doing, Captain Bob?
I'm doing pretty good, Erasmo. It's a pleasure to be here on your show, and I am roaring to go like a lion. I'm roaring.
Or like that moose that's out there chomping at your ear.
The buffalo,
Oh, buffalo.
an American bison.
American bison chomping at your ear. God, that eye is looking straight at us.
Yeah, he's my guest,
He's, he's your co-host?
co-host.
Oh,
Yes.
co-host.
So yeah, it's very nice to be here this evening with you, Erasmo, and with your viewers, which is special to me. And I've brought a few viewers along from the CBS that I've invited throughout the day. And we got people from Houston and Chicago and Boston, Massachusetts on watching.
Yeah, I did notice a big jump in the number of individuals that are watching. I was like tripping out. I'm like, what the hell happened? I go like, oh well, Captain Bob's here, and Captain Bob brings the audience.
Well, you uh, amaze me because the show we did on the Captain Bob series, the CBS, was special to me because you picked up the ratings at CBS tremendously, and the amount of views tripled some of our highest one on CBS. I might have about 60 days, uh, 60, 70 days since CBS was created, and we are moving. I am moving forward in a strong way, and my collaboration with Erasmo Live tonight. And when you come visit me on CBS, which I always get a thrill, you on the show with me, is enlightening the viewers and bringing in more viewers for both shows. And I think there's a big interest right now with the races and the quality of life and many issues affecting us all in Brownsville.
Well, let me say that. Yeah, and I agree 100%. I think the calls that I've been getting today, uh, throughout the day, are individuals that are interested in knowing what's up with the different races out there. One of the things that I think you and I talked about and had made mention is as in regards to Pat Ahumada coming into the race. You and I both ran against Pat Ahumada. I think it was 12 years ago. 12 years ago, I think we ran against Pat Ahumada for mayor of the city of Brownsville. And we were unsuccessful. So was Pat. But Pat wants to come back and run for mayor. One of the things that he's asked the city secretary for clarification is in regards to the ordinance that you cannot seek election if you've already served 2 terms. You remember that passing that ordinance?
Yes, I do. And what is the outcome of that?
Well, he is still pending getting a response back from the city. They are trying to seek clarification from legal. I think part of the problem that the city is having right now is that they're going through some transition with them losing their city attorney, and also with the hiring of Helen Ramirez as the new city manager for the city of Brownsville. So because of the uh, the tables being turned at City Hall, they've been a little bit on the slower side in regards to responding. And I going to guess, and I wish Roman was on tonight because Roman might have a little bit more insight in regards to how the ordinance reads. But unless I'm mistaken, one of the reasons, because what Pat was trying to fight was the grandfather clause, saying that because the ordinance was placed after his terms, then it wouldn't affect him in regards to moving forward running for mayor again. But the same could be said about Jessica. The only reason that they were able to get Jessica out of the city commission seat was because she'd already served 2 terms prior to, well, yeah, 2 terms prior to the ordinance being brought into fruition. So I'm thinking that the way that it reads, he might not be able to run for office for mayor.
Right. So, so that's pending. It looks like Jessica already got her mayor packet. It was all over Facebook.
Yeah.
And I know that Miss Stanton was concerned, and this is just things I hear. She was concerned because she had to print out her mayor packet, and the city secretary's office handed Jessica her packet. I know she was a little disappointed today because she had to spend hours printing at her home because the city secretary's office told her she needed to print them at her house. They didn't have a packet ready, and
Ooh.
they told her it would take many, many hours. And then and that's just one concern of hers. But it looks like it's you, Erasmo, Jessica Tetreault, Jennifer Stanton's, and I know of those three. And Cowan, that's four.
Pat Armada,
Five.
uh, Trevino, our buddy.
And our buddy Arturo, six.
So far, that's
Hmm.
6.
So let's talk about those fine folks that have showed courage and have stepped forward.
Well,
Um,
I agree with with the way that you described it. It does, and guys, and I've stated this before many times. Running is not for the weak, and it's not for everyone. It does take courage to run for office. Captain Bob, you've ran for office a couple of times, sometimes, and it's very taxing. Your family takes a hit. You, as an individual, take a hit. You got individuals out there, slamming you left and right. You got pseudo bloggers like the porn blogger Jerry McHale, writing crap and a half about stuff, you know, and it's not easy, Captain Bob. You got to have.
well, you bring up a good subject right now. Is and you call him a porn blogger, which is interesting. Looks like that's accurate. Um, and we got to go ahead and just dive right into this. The McHale report uh, came in with a vicious attack towards me. I'm not even running for office. I get a kick out of it because he's got me all over his blog as of 3 or 4 hours ago. Late breaking blog reporting from the Dr. G.F. McHale Scully. Let's start off first of all. He's not a doctor. And also, where I'm hearing, and we're going to go back and forth, if you don't mind, from the slate, which is about, if you can help me identify the commission slate that's trying to run together as a group with a pink eye involved in there. We're looking at Mr. Cowan, Norith, and who's the other individual that's on there?
Linda,
Because
Linda Macias
Linda Macias.
and Ben Nice.
And well, I'm Ben Nice. That's interesting. You must have some pretty strong information. I thought, I guess he's on that slate. Well, someone's going to pump the money up. I understand, talking to many people today, that Ralph Cowan, which is John Cowan's uncle, is all over the city telling everybody that the Cowan family has $140,000 ready to pump into that race and using it as a scare tactic to scare people off like you and other candidates with $140,000. Most of it's going to go, I would think, to the pink eye, but it's pretty obvious some of that cash will go or has gone to Mr. G.F. McHale Scully. Now,
Porn blogger.
porn blogger, there seems to be and it makes me laugh at Erasmo because the guy's a joke.
It is
And
good.
he's coming after me because all of a sudden, CBS, the Captain Bob series on the Robert Sanchez Facebook, has been growing fast. And then all of a sudden, I team up with king blogger of the Rio Grande Valley, Erasmo Castro, candidate for mayor of Brownsville. And they want to silence me. Now, the pink eye has all kinds of soldiers out there on the field. I call them coyotes, and I know exactly who they are.
Shoot them. Shoot those damn coyotes.
Like the buffalo,
Like that damn buffalo that keeps on looking at us.
he's making eye contact with you.
A big icon.
Now, there's something smells fishy with that slate, and
Like the food at Captain Bob's. Fishy.
that's fresh fish and fresh shrimp. Now, there's something that's a mess in there with $140,000 that the Cowan family member is spreading all over town about John Cowan spending $140,000, and it looks like pink eyes right in the middle, savoring for some of that money. And it looks like McHale's getting the money. Who's next? Juan Montoya? I mean, I don't like these bloggers that are supposed to be authentic, and they decide to play patty cake with corruption.
Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Yeah, I agree. One of the things that I think I thought was kind of interesting was how Bobby Whiteman is back on the scene. Bobby Whiteman is, had stopped blogging for a while, but he's come back, and he's come back with the old Bobby Whiteman style. So it's going to be an interesting election cycle. It's going to be interesting. One of the things that I've shared with individuals, Captain Bob, I think you and I have talked about this before. One of the reasons why I want to run is because I want to call them out, to their face on all the crap that they've done to us as residents of this amazing city. So it gives us a platform, to be toe to toe with them. And one of the things that I am concerned with is that some of the individuals who are going to be on the same stage with Erasmo Castro will not be able to answer a lot of the questions out there in regards to what is the specific wants, needs, and desires of the people of Brownsville, because they may have, their voting block. Their voting block doesn't represent the whole, and that's what's unfortunate. I think that's a little bit of something that we've had for far too long here. We've had individuals who serve the few and not the whole.
I agree with you. The city of Brownsville's made up of over 200,000 people, and we need a voice. And the Ivy Leaguers that are on that slate, it seems they've been for themselves.
Oh yeah.
And with some of the friendships and connections they have with other Ivy Leaguers sitting on the PUB board,
Sampaio,
and the fiasco
Holman.
that they sat together on boards and commissions during the whole Tenasco nightmare.
Housing authority.
remember, viewers, the rates were raised 38% on electricity, 20% on water, and 20% on wastewater. They still have not shown leadership or courage to lower those rates. And I go back to the $30 million cash sitting in an account, and none of them have put an agenda item to vote to have that money returned to the ratepayers.
Immediately.
Oh, yeah, ASAP. Now, the $140,000 that the Cowan clan is spreading like wildfire through the city.
Porn bloggers.
There, and the porn blogger is their front man with coyotes and some pink eye promoting all that and using the 140. What is the ROI, their return on that investment? I don't, it's not, or is it an IOU from the citizens of Brownsville to them? I just don't, it doesn't make sense. And it's people like you, Erasmo, who show courage and step forward to face this situation. And they got, the porn blogger, as you call them. It's interesting to me, and I can't believe some people actually believe the garbage that is put on his site. And it's got to be money making his fingers type that nonsense. And to go after Captain Bob and the Captain Bob series, better known as CBS, to quiet the captain down, especially since he gets together with Erasmo Castro. I mean, my goodness. Now, it's interesting. They're going after me, and they haven't touched you. Since you're the king blogger of the Rio Grande Valley, you're an untouchable. I wish I was an untouchable. Or are they going to go after you sooner or later? It's They're
going to come after Erasmo Castro. That's not a doubt. Yeah, I just went on there to see. Yeah, he went out there and trying to pit you with Pink Eye, you and Pink Eye, and then more personal attacks against you. But one of the things that amazes me, and nobody really, no real people go out there and watch or listen to the porn blogger. His site's already got like a little warning label, like all this. There's porn on the site, so warning, don't go in there. No one should let their children go onto that crazy lunatic porn blogger site anyway. But the guy's nuts. The guy, all those drugs and alcohol is screwed over the, the little brain that he had left. And again, he'll dance a jig if you throw him a dollar, and that's what they've come to be known for. They've come to be known for selling the community of Brownsville out for 30 pieces of silver that are thrown at them in order to go after great individuals like Captain Bob.
I agree with you, and I don't think the attacks are going to stop. They are going to continue the attack, and I'm unfortunately a character that they're going to attack. And all I'm trying to do is love the community and help the community any way I can. And our voices at Osmo, yours and mine, goes a far way with our podcasts. And we have many viewers that are, and they're smart viewers. They know what's going on. And they're smart, and I respect all of them. I see them come into Captain Bob's. I run into them at the mall. I run into them at HEB, at Sam's Wholesale. They say, keep it up. And there's a big push from many people that tell me, get together with Erasmo. keep letting us know what's going on. We did not know about privileged information that the slate gathers and gets together with Sampaio, and it affects PUB, it affects our rates. They're playing their little let's get rich games. And I don't like that. We're all going through rough times here in Brownsville, especially with those rates of the PUB that have affected us. Inflation already grabbed a hold of Sam's Wholesale and HEB prices, and everything's just gone up. And it's been a challenge. And we, at our age, some of us have children and brothers and sisters and parents and life, and it's just a little overwhelming. And to watch these guys pay for the mayor's seat or the city commission seat, I got issues with that. And I just disagree with their campaign tactics and their smear tactics against somebody like me or you, Erasmo. They're desperate. They're desperate, and they want those mayor seat and the city commission seat. I just think it's time for somebody like yourself to be in there. You've had enough. You've heard the people's wishes. You're amongst the people, and we want change.
Brownsville desperately needs change. It hungers for change. They don't want Erasmo to win because the truth will come out and they will be up crap creek. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think that we bring to the table. We bring true transparency, not the transparency that they profess every time they're trying to, garner your vote, but true transparency. And I think that's what's important. Look, one of the things that I've been very, very open about is in regards to a lot of the mistakes that one has made. But I've been open about everything about Erasmo Castro. So there's not much that they could produce or state or share that I haven't shared already. But they don't care. They would rather continue to get the resources that should go to the people of Brownsville siphoned away into the pockets of corrupt political machine here locally, than and have someone who speaks the truth, who shares information, who is an asset to this committee.
Well, the porn blogger put up a picture of me with a little statement that said, injury to an elderly. For the viewers and for the record, I was never convicted of no injury to an elderly. None of that happened. Nobody went to court. We got to remember there's accusations. All of that never happened. And the porn blogger wants to smear me, and it just doesn't work. And his credibility, the porn blogger, is not good. Many people understand that he's running, and he's promoted it. It's all satire, he's told me. Robert, it's all satire. It's a joke. Well, his jokes start turning into smear campaigns, especially when the slate and some of those people pay him money.
Oh, yeah.
All he needs is a bottle of wine and an expensive dinner, and he'll start typing away, smearing away.
And a bag of gold.
He's cheap, and he's cheap, and a couple of bottle of wines. You're making me laugh, Erasmo. I mean, does he do that?
It's true.
Okay. So he's a sloppy man. It's unfortunate that he comes after Captain Bob, and he knows that I'm your friend, and he's coming after me. It's just a blogger that shouldn't be here. He wasn't even born in Brownsville. He came in here and has caused nothing but havoc with his writing.
Well, it's like Robert says, he doesn't take showers. He doesn't flush the toilet. He lives among crap because he is crap. He's a damn porn blogger, worthless.
I agree with you. I'm very disappointed in him
Loco loco.
or where he's gone, because he's always coming to Captain Bob's looking for free shrimp and free ceviche, and I don't give it to him. He likes to say on the site that I owe him 10 plates of shrimp for coverage. What kind of coverage? I don't want him to cover me. He is nothing but a liar.
Liar.
He's a liar.
Porn
And
blogger.
he deceives people.
Loco loco.
And he's got certain individuals that I know who they are
The
that
slave.
are holding hands with the devil for Dr. G.F. McKell-Scully.
Holding hands with
He's holding hands with the devil. And there's a seat next to the devil in the devil's den for that man. They're waiting for him.
John.
And some of the coyotes that help him want to go around town talking about Jesus and God,
Shoot the
but
coyotes.
they're holding hands with the devil. I just don't get it. They're terrible.
They're bastards. Right? They're bastards.
Yeah, they are.
Shoot
And
those damn coyotes.
Yeah, the coyotes are running wild. Beware of the coyotes,
Shoot them.
because those coyotes, they have an infection on their eye. It's called pink eye.
And on their butthole. That's the other eye.
And the it's a disgrace.
Right.
They're nasty people.
Horrible.
And what blows my mind is that Slate is throwing that money around,
140,000.
and the porn blogger is catching the bills. I mean, my goodness, one of the Slate members took porn blogger to Europe, I understand.
Nerth.
Well, I mean, somebody took him to Europe to drink wine.
Nerth.
So he could, and I mean, what? And then I hear about some situation at the present mayor's pizzeria where there was a bunch of fighting and slapping and jealousy and women over the porn blogger.
Crazy.
I mean, this thing's, and the general public doesn't know about that until honest, true podcasts like Erasmo Live and the CBS, better known as the Captain Bob series. We must tell the truth for the general public to know. The blogger walks around over there, the porn blogger, like if he's some sort of vote getter, along with the coyotes. They convince and clean the mind of the Slate participant, and then they take him as a gift to Europe so he can drink wine over there in Portugal or Spain.
Nerth did that, right?
Yeah, that's what I understand. She took him. I don't understand that. It just doesn't make sense.
Right. Saw that blow.
I mean, you know, he got a trip to Europe for smashing her opponent in the southmost area, which was none other than who?
Rick Longoria?
Or was it Roman?
No, she ran against
it was Rick.
Rick Longoria and
That's true.
Gonzalez.
Yeah. And I have all the respect for Roman Pettis. I hope he runs again in the future. He's very knowledgeable. He's very knowledgeable.
He is. I told him to run, but he's a chicken. He's the
and
chick,
and
the
you
leg,
know,
the caca egg.
and let's talk a little bit about Arturo Trevino.
Well, yeah, we'll go into the, but let me say,
I mean, where's he going? Why
have you
does he go to the commissioner at large?
have you seen the price of eggs right now? It's crazy.
Well, somebody posted something around $9.
It's
What
crazy.
is it?
It's
It's
expensive.
up there.
That's why I put up a post on my page, and I want people to stop haciéndome ojo. Please, no me hagan ojo because then I have to buy eggs para quitarme el ojo, and eggs are expensive. So stop making me ojo. And actually, I went to Walmart right now, right before I came on, Captain Bob, because I went to pick up some snacks because I was hungry. So
Uh-huh.
I picked up some snacks. You know that Cremora, this Cremora, and I buy the cheap one. I buy the great value one. You know that this was $3.20. You know it's $6.94 right now. This,
Yeah.
but this is the one I like. I don't even like Coffee Mate. I like this one. It's expensive.
Well,
Can of corn.
used to be a can of corn used to be around 38 cents. It's up to about close to 80 cents.
That's crazy.
The chicken salad that I would always like eating chicken salad from the deli at HEB. I used to pay $4.60 for I think it's a 14-ounce container.
Crazy.
And it's up to you know $7-8. Everything's up.
I think yeah.
Uh,
I saw one of those chicken salad with cranberries for like $9. Going like, what the hell
yeah.
is in this? Is that huevo that went up in price or what? No me
Well,
hagan.
that's why I go through there, Erasmo, and since they got a little cup, they got a little container of kale salad, kale
I love kale.
for about $1.98.
It's
So
a good,
instead of eating chicken salad at $9, I'll get the kale and I'll eat it in the car in the parking lot
but no
to get
McKale.
my little snack, get
But
my snack,
but no
and
McKale.
I like that.
But
And
but no to McKale. Yes to kale.
yeah, no to McHale, yes to kale.
You were eating
I
McKale.
just
You were eating McKale in your car in the parking lot.
no, I'm eating kale salad,
Oh, kale
kale salad, greenery.
greenery, todo verde.
Yeah, but that McHale makes the community look bad. He has always attacked fine people.
Like Captain
He's
Bob,
been, he's been doing it for about 35 years,
the bastard.
and he's now going for Captain Bob. And I don't think it's beneficial for him to come after me
Oh no,
because I'm going to talk the truth about him. I've never really spoken about what he's doing,
the porn blogger.
and he's lying to our community, and he's putting graphic pictures
Porn,
all over his blog.
porn. That's why he's the porn blogger.
It's not good. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's not right. Hey,
I don't like promiscuity and provocativeness. And this guy takes it to another level. And you're right. There's warning signs all over his site.
yeah,
It's disgusting.
disgusting. What about Arturo Trevino?
Okay, Arturo Trevino is he's just watching and waiting.
For
But
the right.
he he's always nearby to me, and he's always knows the issues and strong contacts with Mexico. So if he runs, that'll be fine. But if he doesn't, that'll be okay too, with all respect. but we need his knowledge. We need to lean on him for the intelligence and the experience and his connections with Mexico and his thoughts on how to solve many of the difficult issues in the community. But Erasmo, I've known you for 2 decades.
Yeah.
You too, you're like him. You know issues, you know how to resolve them, and you know how to streamline the city of Brownsville and the PUB. You got to hold them accountable
Accountable.
and be all over the personnel stuff. I've ever since the Tanasca fiasco and the city of Brownsville basically went up in arms, I don't see as many PUB trucks on the roads. I used to see them every corner, all over the road.
Everywhere.
And it's very minimal now. And I would just think that somebody's slowing down the payroll over there. What you got there?
Oh, Benny was asking what I was eating. I'm eating mulberry berries. Mulberry
Good.
mulberry berries is they're organic, and they're also a superfood, just like kale. The kale that Captain Bob eats inside his car at AGB parking lot. They don't charge him rent because he's Captain Bob. He buys a lot of stuff from HEB. He's got restaurants. So he could eat all the damn kale he wants in the parking lot of HEB if he wants. Eat that kale, Captain Bob. Eat that kale.
Yes, I will. I like it. It's all right. They got a certain dressing on it that's nice and tasty.
Mulberry berries are another superfood. I actually had a mess load of superfood today. I had Brussels sprouts for lunch, which superfood, and had mulberry berries. And Captain Bob had kale. He had kale in the car. Have a kale.
That Mikhail, and he's not going to stop. As soon as he finds out that I was on your famous podcast, he's coming in for the attack.
Mhm.
He'll come on in, and what they're doing is just making,
Fools
they're
of
making me and you more popular
Oh,
with
yeah.
their nonsense over there.
Yeah.
People go over there to giggle and to laugh
Shit's
because the guy's a joke.
a big joke.
It's a joke over there.
Yeah.
And they got me all over the place on there sometimes. And they got other people. Now, they got the today Helen Ramirez was on there for becoming the city manager.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back to the present city commissioner and the mayor.
They suck.
They spent $50,000
Nothing.
to look for a city manager, and they got dozens and dozens of applicants, qualified applicants, only to choose the assistant city manager, which I'm sure she's a fine lady and knows. I don't know her. You probably know a little bit more about that. But and the $50,000, bye-bye.
They went to the pocket of consultants,
Yep.
search firms. And that's what's unfortunate. At the end of the day, they did all this wrap around only to go back to where they first started anyway. So why even start a search? Just give her the damn job. They were going to give her the damn job anyway. It didn't much matter how many people applied, who was most qualified. Doesn't matter. They wanted to hire the individual who would become the first female city manager in the city of Brownsville. And for them, well, that's one of the things that we talked about on a previous show. For them, that's important. For me, it's more important to have the most qualified individual on there. And if that's her, that's great. But if it isn't, shame on us. In order to you have a token city manager, these individuals will sell our city short, and we've got to stop letting these folks sell our city short. And we got to stop listening to the porn bloggers. We want Charlie. I've actually heard about Charlie Cavler. They're trying to approach him to see if he'll run for District 2. That'd be interesting to have Charlie Cavler. I had a conversation with Charlie Cavler in regards to running for office, and he said never again.
Well, I know Charlie Cavler. I think he'd be a fine candidate. I also heard he would come forward, but I also know that some of the coyotes that are helping the slate
Shoot the Coyotes.
like to wine and dine him. So I need Cavler, to play it even and for the people, by the people. It's not for the Ivy Leaguers or those coyotes.
Bastards.
And, we got too much infection from pink eye with those candidates.
It's infectious.
He's all over the map,
Everywhere.
and it costs a lot of money.
Tons.
They're paying a lot of money for those positions.
Big bucks.
Those positions are not for sale.
They shouldn't be.
And
Big bucks, no whammies.
I'm glad somebody like you, Erasmo, is going to get in there. And I wish Channel 4 and Channel 5 and Channel 23 would sponsor some of these debates for the Brownsville city mayor. At least have 2 of them between now and May 2023. For way back when, I remember as a younger man watching debates on Channel 4, Channel 5, or both of them.
We were part of.
We would have
Remember?
debates.
Remember?
I can remember when I ran for county judge, I studied those issues and I was ready to go. And they never had a debate. Nobody came up to have a debate between me and Mr. Trevino during a Democratic primary. And I was ready to go, but they didn't want it. They don't want it. Just like the porn blogger doesn't want me around.
Bastards.
The ones that are outspoken in the community end up getting slapped around by the establishment. For I remember when I was a PUB board member back in 2004 to 2008, they labeled me and Pat Almada and another individual who seemed to vote with us often
Troublemakers.
as troublemakers and the Three Amigos. And it was the establishment because of the impact fees
The pink
and
eye.
the PUB rates. And we spoke up and we spoke up and we voted a certain way, and they just came after us big time.
Like it was nobody.
And the paid city commissioners back then that were paid by the developers for their campaigns, that was a big situation. And I want to let you know something right now that a lot of people don't know. When I was a PUB board member voting on behalf of the citizens of Brownsville, all of a sudden, somebody comes up to me at my restaurant and tried to bribe me $100,000
Bastards.
for me to resign as a Brownsville Public Utility Board member. And me, Captain Bob, said, "No, sir."
Hell no.
And I went to the district attorney to report that.
Good job.
Unfortunately, the district attorney was Mr. Villalobos.
Oh,
Nobody listened to me. And we know what happened there.
Yeah.
With Villalobos. But honestly, I was offered $100,000 to resign. And I didn't take that money. You're
Captain
not
Bob,
supposed to take that money. That's against the law. And I
Captain Bob's
will tell you straightforward on Erasmo Live that they tried to have me resign for $100,000
bastards.
during that situation. And I wish I was there during this Tenasco fiasco, because I would have questioned all of those people. You have to question if you're a PUB board member. You have to understand kilowatts and megawatts
Megawatts.
and understand water issues
Bad word.
and electricity situations
Bastards.
and research. If you don't do any of that, you have no business being there.
Your son.
So another situation is, and I've been thinking about it, if John Cowan wants to spend $140,000 for the mayor's seat,
He's handsome.
if $140,000 for the mayor's seat that pays you $20 a meeting, if you're doing it for a return on investment, that's wrong. If you're doing it for your ego, he needs to see a psychiatrist, not run for the mayor's position. It's not about your ego that you want to enhance.
Lego my ego.
So, I mean, you want to run for the mayor's office, or you want to go set up an appointment with a psychiatrist for your ego?
Lego my ego.
$140,000.
Well, something
They
just
want the mayor's seat for the Cowan name. For Ralph Cowan ran for mayor once.
the bastard.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And you know, I just want somebody in that mayor's seat that
Fight for the people.
for the people.
It's all about
That's not thinking about what's in it for him
those bastards.
or for his family.
Or for that namesake.
And when you have a porn blogger
Bastard.
promoting, you know, that situation, you gotta wonder.
Well, I wonder.
Now, let's go back to the porn blogger. The porn blogger likes to help certain candidates. And I like Ben Neese. He's a friend. But porn blogger Scully promoted Neese for about 16 months straight to get reelected. It did not work. It never worked.
No.
And Scully knew it, because he ended up on the night of the election, he ended up at Terra's downtown drinking all the wine inventory. Because I walked into Terra's and I said, "What's up?" And he goes, "Did he lose yet?" And I said, "Who?" And he goes, "Nice." I said, "I think he just lost to Pedro Cardenas." And there's Mikel laughing. Yet he had just finished a 16-month promotional campaign for him. Well, I don't think anything Mikel Scully does is worth anything anymore.
Zero.
Zero. He's got zero credibility. He's doing satire. He thinks he's a comedian.
Yeah.
You know, he thinks he's some sort of Hugh Hefner promoting pornography.
He's a porn blogger.
You know, it's just not he's not well.
He's disgusting. He doesn't shower. He's a poco loco. Ness has no friends. Hell no. Let me say, it's not easy being the king of all local social media. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. And I greatly appreciate Captain Bob coming on and sharing with us his great wealth of knowledge in regards to Brownsville politics and the ins and outs of running for office. And guys, the start of this race actually officially begins January 18th, where we're going to be able to submit any documentation in regards to running for any race. Guys, it's time to come out and vote. I think uh, Benny said it best. Guys, you got to get off your butts and come out and vote. And we're going to be working together with a lot of folk like Captain Bob, Arturo Trevino, and different folks throughout the city of Brownsville, getting individuals to, do their due diligence and to perform their civic duty by coming out and vote and becoming part of the electoral process. I hear Erasmo was running for mayor. Yeah, you heard it from a great source. Kevin Bob, thanks for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Our time is up. And Kevin Bob, we got to do this again very soon.
Thank you. And I invite you to my CBS very soon.
Appreciate you. Guys, have a great evening. I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We will have a short show tomorrow, maybe 20, 30 minutes. Maybe Roman will be on or not. Guys, uh, continue to research and find true facts in regards to what's being posted out there, and have yourself a daily day. I had issues with posting on Facebook today. Hopefully tomorrow I will not have those issues, and we'll be back to posting. If not, we're going to have to work around that problem. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all, guys. Have a great evening. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer, still and all that crap. I'm done. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.